At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Cathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me, players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world.
Wow, Napheesa Collier just dropped a huge bomb on the WNBA commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, in her exit release interview, where she claims that Cathy stated that Caitlin Clark should be thanking her lucky stars and be grateful that she's making $16 million off the court, because without the WNBA, she wouldn't make anything. And as someone who covered the WNBA this year as a Dallas Wings reporter, let me give my feedback. So from my understanding, there is a huge CBA issue that the WNBA players and the league are trying to hash out. This could lead to some type of lockout if they don't come to some agreement. And so Napheesa Collier and Breanna Stewart are a part of a group that founded Unrivaled. Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 basketball league that's going to begin in January. And a lot of players have signed up to play in Unrivaled. I don't believe Caitlin is. I know Paige is. Napheesa, Breanna Stewart. Most of the top players have. A'ja Wilson has not. And they have their reasons, right? So some people will look at this as Napheesa trying to, put smut on the WNBA's name because she's with Unrivaled. But also Napheesa is one of the top players in the league. She seems like a really good person, and that, she didn't necessarily have to have any ulterior motive. But what about what Cathy said? Would Caitlin Clark still be the star she is without the WNBA? I don't think so. I think that the WNBA is thriving without Caitlin Clark. Yes, some of the viewership is going down, like with the Fever team specifically, and I think that Caitlin brings a lot more eyes. Let me put it like this. If Caitlin was playing right now in this Las Vegas Aces series, which, by the way, this news is coming out the morning of the Fever being one game away from the WNBA finals to go up against the Phoenix Mercury, this series would be way bigger if Caitlin was in it. Wherever Caitlin goes is big time. I'm showing these clips of her signing the autographs around when they played the Dallas Wings, and she's a phenom, right? But the WNBA has to compromise and meet their players somewhere in the middle. From my understanding, they're not getting a large enough amount of the revenue share, right? They are Caitlin, Paige, Angel. They are the biggest reason for the revival of the WNBA. When Candace Parker was playing, when Maya Moore was playing, it wasn't as popular in my opinion. But now you have younger players, more interesting players. You got Juju Watkins, who's just announced she's going to sit out this year in college, but she's coming. Malaysia Fawali, Hannah Hidalgo, Betts, Flauget, they're all coming, and they're going to bring even more. Fudd, right? So Unrivaled has signed a lot of those young players that are in college right now already. And so what Napheesa was saying is honestly kind of crazy. I do say this. I think that the WNBA, they officiate way looser than the NBA. The NBA calls a lot of ticky-tack fouls. The WNBA, they go at it. They're hacking the heck out of each other. They're fouling hard. Sometimes it gets called, sometimes it doesn't. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of the old NBA. And at times, as a fan, you kind of like it. you kind of like that there's that physicality. But I understand, where Napheesa is coming from. I didn't think that Alyssa Thomas hurt her intentionally, by the way. She's just a very physical player, right? So this is going to make huge news. Let me know what you think about Napheesa's alleged conversation with the WNBA commissioner. And do you think that the league is headed towards a lockout based on the fact that they haven't renegotiated the CBA? That was kind of what they were trying to do during All-Star Week. And I remember Angel Reese came back and she didn't have good comments about it either. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Obviously, you saw all the players at the All-Star game wearing that shirt, pay us what you owe or what we're worth or whatever the words were, right? So let me know what you think in the comments. CHAMPSIDE, checking out. Peace.